We're back, John, for what could be the final map of the ESL Challenger League Season 46.
Indeed, it could be. And I mean, just to note, M80 have not lost a single map in playoffs. They're 5-0 in playoffs. In the regular season, they were 22-1. And of course, the team they lost to in the regular season was Boss on Anubis. Can't count Boss out yet. malbs and reck, though, are counting Cryptic and WolfY out of this round because they've dropped him. Darty coming around the corner here. He's isolated, and Swisher ends his misery.
And this has been one of the most successful parts of the game for Boss, right? The pistol rounds. Not happening here. No way, no how, no chance. They took both pistols on Vertigo. Here, not so much.
Not at all.
But, I mean, look, this is an interesting moment for M80, right? M80, ECL for them is a step on the journey. Their ambitions lie beyond. They've already made one Pro League campaign, had one prolonged European tour. At the end of it, they decided that change was necessary. That's where WolfY was removed and slaxz brought in. That's the upgrade that they were looking for. They've talked about the way that slaxz as a third voice as well has helped elevate this team, help bring even that extra European element into the squad to help them continue to improve. But now it's about getting back to the Pro League. They've already done that. But this time, when they return, the expectations, much higher. Last time, didn't meet them. This time, they're ready, John.
We also can't forget that, well, it was MR15 back then, but they went 26 or more rounds combined between their rounds and, of course, the opponent's rounds. In 5 of the 6 maps they played in Pro League. Yes, they were 0-6, but they were close. Perhaps slaxz is that difference maker that can push them over the finish line in close engagements against the Pro League level of competition. We're going to see, right? Because they've already qualified for it. The same for Boss. I'm curious to see. Obviously, expectations are a lot different for them. I think it's more like when M80 first went to Pro League expectations for Boss. If they win a map, I'll be impressed with them.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say they're going to be bad, but, you know, it's another level there.
I do, yeah. It is going to be easy to count them out, but they've grown so much in such a short span of time as a roster that with that on deck, I mean, what we'd love to see is we're getting just a dry run of the B site, no problem here. What would be amazing to see is now that Boss have that Pro League spot, hopefully they become much more attractive to an organization. I know they've just been cast out of the woods in the org list, but what would be amazing to see is if they could get enough support to have a boot camp, either in advance or on the end of this, just so that they can take that Pro League, not make it a super isolated European campaign, but take the opportunity to build, to learn, to grow. Because they've got the bones, they've clearly got the mind for it. They've done so many clever things in the run that we've seen them. We want to see them have the maximum amount of time to absorb and grow.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, there aren't really many organizations that can pick them up.
More and more now, though.
Maybe extra salt will come back out of the woodwork and
they keep teasing it, man. They keep teasing it. They put out a tweet every once in a while, and it's like, all right, guys, put up or shut up. It's been long enough. I've got the dang salt sitting on the shelf behind me. I bought the salt, guys. I bought the salt. Pick up this team. If you're listening to me right now, Brad, this is the one.
Honestly,
get back in.
Yeah, it definitely is. I'd love to see Boss get picked up by Extra Salt or any other org. There could be some more that come in. NA's getting better and better, and it's starting to show quite significant. We'll see if it happens overseas that we actually get a team that can perform well, but complexity is starting to be that team, which is really awesome. We just need more than Liquid, of course, always. I think they're an NA team again, right?
Yeah, they're an America's team. Yeah. Certainly. Canadian. You can claim them. They're yours.
Yeah, nice.
But in CS, you know, we compress all of North America into one because...
Exactly. That's why I say that.
We got to take what we can get. We'll take all the Americans. Whatever it is. maNkz finds 2 meaty frags. Oh, this round's way back open. WolfY pressure on. Cryptic's trying to rotate to support, but there's no utility at this point. So if WolfY gets crunched upon, he has to survive. So important here, and he's going to commit. He's going to commit to the fray. Chaos, pandemonium, shot not hitting. He's down, and this could be a catastrophe. Molotov going to force Cryptic to make his decision. He'll swing. They hear him ticking. They know he's in the sight now. There's time plenty. Let this play out, and with that, this could be done. Darty, prudent decision would be to back away, but he wants to try and force the issue. He wants to see if he can be the hero this time. He'll find the first. The cost of much health, but maNkz is low, and maNkz doesn't need any extra health to take this one.
Yeah, Darty just guessed wrong. He went towards the right side again, figuring that someone would re-peek it, but it didn't happen. It was the left, and that was it with only 29 HP. You don't have enough chance to react. It's one bullet and you're done. 3-0 for M80. I think what's more unfortunate for Boss there is they had a 5v3. They got the first 2 kills in the round. And then maNkz comes out and does his thing, as he has been doing throughout these playoffs. 4-0. Still hasn't died. slaxz hasn't either. Heading to round number 4 up against pistols and body armor, because Boss have enough to buy up a little bit more than they would in other rounds due to that loss bonus. WolfY charging out. He's forced now. Oh my goodness, the audio cue, and he still swings and gets the headshot onto reck. He will go down to that game. Nice toss for maNkz. That's something for Boss to potentially build upon. And as I say that, slaxz catches someone trying to peek. That's Cryptic from the window over at bridge. There's the advantage.
There's
Still
indeed.
a chance.
Yeah, there's a chance. So you tell me there's a chance. But there is a minute 15 still on the clock, right? So M80 there. We've seen them treat these rounds with respect plenty of times. Seems like they're going to do so again. They're kind of just calling a freeze call, see if aggression comes in which direction, see if they can whittle out these little bits and bobs of utility. It's a double cave setup. Can't really get aggressive of it knowing that the op threat's here, and if they go in towards mid, it's just Darty they got to deal with. This is going to be a pinch A. It's the right read. Flank's going to get active, but maNkz actually spotting both, dropping both. They might reroute. Well, they found last contact, and they'll just kill everybody.
All right. 4-0 for M80, making it look easy on the anti-eco, or anti-half-buy, whatever you want to call it. 4 A1Ss and the big green coming out for Boss. Where do you put WolfY? He's been on the B site quite a bit here. Maybe into mid. I would say that wouldn't be a bad idea, trying to get that mid control early on. M80, 4 players heading in the direction of the A site. 4 players heading in the direction of the A site. 1 might double back from mid. No, it's just slaxz actually, who was that lurk towards B, who ended up deciding to join up with the rest of his team. And yeah, it's just going to be a straight A hit.
On they go. Pressure on for Darty. Full overload. He's got 2 teammates close at hand. It's very well set up for Boss. Now they just have to execute 1 for 1 on the first. Trades galore. Darty's still here. Teammates not close at hand, so now it's all about
Darty. Doesn't know they passed him.
Oh, he slipped the smoke. He slipped the smoke, but they realized. They're like, where'd this guy go? What's happening here? Fresh in the fray. What's working out for him? It's all gonna fall to slaxz.
Oh no, slaxz.
Freshie is low. slaxz dropped down and they've racked. He has no idea. So dynamic there, our Boss. And it finally nets them around on the board.
That's just Freshie getting aggressive and with confidence, swinging around, taking that peak. Timeout's going to be called here by Boss, maybe to settle things down, because that's a round where it felt like it was getting out of their control, and Freshie pulled it back in. And slaxz there potentially could have done something, but once he drops down and gives that audio cue, the smokes are, if the smokes are up or not, it doesn't matter. They have exactly an idea of where he's going to be, and as the smokes fade, it's an easy frag. Nothing slaxz can do because he didn't know they had already passed him. So there is one. They need more than that. Need to build up a few rounds in a row, I would say. Have a chance here against M80, and it's going to be another full buy for the M80 side with the 4 AKs and the op. On Boss's end, Darty goes for the MP9 because he wants the full util, and it will be full util across the board for them. A bit of a potential swing round here. And slaxz wants that mid control. He immediately peeks out with the AWP. He will be smoked off. Bit of a gap on the left side if he jumps up for some information. But M80 have control of canals should they want it with that smoke that was thrown. Instead, maNkz, he's going to push his way up the bridge. Going towards double doors. Lots of util going back and forth here. Here's the angle for slaxz. Looking in towards that A site. Cryptic not really going to jiggle out, though. He decides to fall back. The flashes, they're going to charge on forward in this direction. That hurts.
Ah, it's so bad. The corner just eats the Molotov. I mean, they should be prepared for Darty here. He's been here more often than not.
Nope.
Somehow he still gets two. slaxz will shut it down. slaxz will shut it down. They still have the presence in mid. Should be able to get a bomb plant out of this, and slaxz sticks around for one more. Now the bomb will go down. The numbers punched in, and a boss have a really tough decision to make. You've got a lot of money invested right now. You've got Freshie on the rifle. You got WolfY with a full belt of utility in the AWP. Freshie wants to go for it clearly, but you could tell WolfY's a little bit more hesitant. This retake's going to be tough, but they are going to risk it. They're going to roll the dice here.
I don't know. Man, I don't know if they're going to. They are. Okay, wow.
They're of two minds. They're of two minds. You could just kind of tell. Now they're making the move. Freshie's forced the issue. WolfY knows he has to try and support his teammate. So they're going to try and get on the defuse. They're going to try and stick it on.
Are you kidding me?
May have just done it, Freshie. Sticking that bomb, and he's got it. They snatched it away. Not a moment to spare.
What? That's insane. Everything had to be perfect. They tossed the smoke out. WolfY hits the shot. Freshie gets another frag immediately. And then WolfY catches the shoulder of Swisher right here. Oh my goodness. He could barely see it. But it was enough. And Boss get a second when it looked nigh impossible. Holy. That could change things up immensely. M80 have enough to justify a force buy. I wouldn't even necessarily call it that with 3 rifles up and a ton of util, but they do have a Tech 9 and a Deagle in the mix. Reck. Around there toward they. malbs challenging mid. The smoke is going to make life a little bit more difficult for him. But a lot of time left for M80 here. Their util's been very good so far. Extremely strong smoke there, in fact, thrown in towards A main. So that makes life difficult for Darty, and he has to stay behind. Oh, maybe a little bit closer. Freshie opening frag on maNkz and Brett the follow-up as they pop that smoke. Another pop of a smoke, just to make sure no one snuck into the site, and Freshie actually does find slaxz. So it's up to Swisher and Reck.
It is indeed. And damage might be the ticket here, right? Bombs back, drop back towards B main. They got to get some kills. That's a nice frag from WolfY. Spot on the first. Reck knows he has a player in the corner. Wants to drop that off. Is able to do so. At least one more casualty here, but it's still around that Boss can start to build on. They're putting bricks down of this defense. And piece by piece, they might be building a path into this game. This is presumably going to be an eco out from M80. Boss, it's about getting through it clean. They need to get through it clean, John. They need to keep the bodies up.
Easier said than done when you got potentially Deagles on the other side. And it will be 2 Deagles. Swisher's very good with it. Reck is as well. And malbs. Well, malbs needs no introduction with his Deagle. Yeah.
malbs. Oh, there's the first.
There it is.
Swisher commits early on. All right. Now you can't let the panic set in. This is where the pressure ratchets up. If you're Boss, you've seen these rounds get away from you before. You know how dangerous they can be. Brett ferries the gun further away. Keeps it out of their grasp. That's the first step. Just keeps him calm. They gonna boost on this?
Oh.
Cryptic just trying his luck. That's actually his first crack. Ooh, the timing could be brutal here. They're swinging. He's out of bullets. And the A1S was not the gun he wanted right there. Problems now abound. They gain mid control. They're coming back. They're coming back. Brett. Ooh, just slips past while the smoke is still up. Could have a little bit of a cheeky flank, but they got to be looking for this. They should know. Possibility is up, and he's isolated. One found, no more. Man advantage still exists, and one of these remaining guns is the op. It doesn't matter if there's pistols on the other side. You're either hitting or you're not. Oh, he's not. He's absolutely not. WolfY, a dead man. Still manages to get one. At least give his teammate a chance. But this, we said they had to get through clean. This is anything but. This is a bomb plant almost guaranteed. Well, I say that. Darty's made the snappy move. He's made the snappy move. Ooh, they will commit to getting this bomb down. They've got the post-plant situation. Darty slips out. There's confirmation. That's a pretty good read on where Swisher is, but he can't trust it. That's the problem. He can think it's probably there. But Swisher could be Temple. He could be Glyph. He could have slipped into CT. All these things going to slow him down. There's contact. That's confirmation, but there's no smoke. So Swisher dodges the flash. It's all about the timing here. Darty's got a kit at the very least, but it's all about when Swisher finds his peak. Not going to check on the first. Knows he's pulled the player off. Now time
That's
is
enough.
the issue. Already has to chase this in. He's down to the sidearm, and the kill will come through. And on those pistols, barely a drop of armor. M80 do it once more.
Oh, that is just unreasonable. Swisher with the opener, right? Just a wicked shot coming through towards B main, and then afterwards, well, I mean, continue to be the pistols. The trades for M80 were coming through, and WolfY missing 2 op shots. That was painful for him. Ah, what a horrible time for the shots not to connect, and he ends up getting 1, but that's just not enough. In that situation, he could have had 2, and the round would have been over. But yeah, look at this now. Brett immediately dropped. That was the opportunity for Boss to really get back into this one. Instead, they're staring down at a 5-3 deficit, and they've lost their first player. Not to mention, this won't be that great of a buy. Reck pushing in. He's into A main. He's got maNkz behind him. I don't think they're committing, though. They just want to see if anyone's close by. Gaining information. Maybe they'll throw some util towards the B site or make some noise there. Hope for the rotations to come through, and then Reck has a field day. We'll see.
We'll see.
That's an ace smoke thrown. They could commit here, and there's 3 players there.
Still time to pull the bail. I know there's 2 here, but Rex also killed both. So, well, the stack not necessarily so effective anymore. Freshy might catch one off guard. Might not expect it, but maNkz ever wary, ever present, ever ready. And eventually that bomb will make its way over. And whatever hope they had in this round is gone. Swisher might just find WolfY on the flank. Spots him. And confidently takes the kill as well. All 5 survive. 6 rounds found. They've at least taken a split into half, but this is now the chance for Boss, right? This is all of the pressure in the world. Your map pick starting to slip away on this crazy reverse sweep that you need to pull off. Gotta get going.
Absolutely. Man, not getting that 4th round is so disappointing for them. Oh, M80 looking to at least secure this half with a 7th here, but it will be the rifles for Boss. And op, 4 A1Ss coming through. Util isn't as good as they'd like it to be, but it has to be enough. Smoke thrown there for B main. slaxz cautiously approaching canal. And that's a flashbang for a peek? No, just a flashbang thrown to keep M80 on notice. And the smoke is thrown. Oh, Reck with the spray control through the smoke, holding the common angle with it, and Darty is gone.
It just goes from bad to worse for Boss.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you look at this as well, the carry engine of the team has been Cryptic. It's not who should be expected to do it, but it has been Cryptic. And this map, he's been stymied. But they need somebody. They need a hero play. They need somebody to be explosive. Cryptic will try. Knows that they have to do something here. And players are just making moves, but they're getting punished for it. M80 know they've got them on the end of their rope. And they're just letting all the time go through. This is what we've seen M80 do over and over again. Find that initial pick, ratchet up the pressure, and just leave that pot on the stove to boil. And when they're trying to escape and they're trying to claw their way out, that's when you stand at the periphery. Dunk them right back in. WolfY burning. Amazed he's alive. One more tick, one more lick of the flames, and he's a goner. They're pressuring on to Freshy instead. They can bail out. No, they can't. Never mind. The time's not here, and the teammates aren't either. Freshy could do this. Freshy could win this. WolfY's rerouting to help him out. Swisher is committed now, and they know it. Bomb gonna be planted, and now WolfY don't know what he could do about this just in the nick of time. The bomb will go down, and there will be no survivors.
Valiant effort from Mr. Freshy, but it's just not enough. Even hit the headshot, right, on the player that was swinging him. If he gets one more off, then he's got the bomb planter exposed and could potentially have clutched that round, but he needed help and there wasn't really any nearby. WolfY was trying to deal with the flank and missed a shot, and unfortunately, as he comes around, he just doesn't have enough HP to really do much of anything. So, match going to be paused here. This is a tech pause coming through. I'm not sure what the issue might be. Let's check.
Let's check.
Oh, server. Ooh.
Oh, we're getting a whole one. All right. Unfortunately, boss are going to hope that the server can fix their issues. We'll take a quick break and be right back when we're ready to resume play. Thanks for bearing with us there. A new server on deck, and let's see if that's the antidote to all of Boss's troubles. What do you think, John?
Yeah. I think it's going to take more than the time out there.
You're not buying it, huh?
But no.
It doesn't feel like it's been mechanical errors, right? Which is something that you could attribute to the server.
Yeah.
Feels like it's been getting outplayed. Look at the damage already done. Yeah, it's just pistols on the other side, but they're going to try and get aggressive. And Swisher, he's feeling the new server just fine.
Yeah. No, I think that's a really good point. And what I was alluding to, it's just they've been outplayed strategically. It hasn't really been that they've been losing the duels. The trades have been there. M80's really all over the map and making life difficult for them. Reck waiting here in Canal. This could be a surprise move by Cryptic. Reck was looking towards A main, and now he can flank them.
Here's the problem. They could also just be in B by the time they're flanking through. So they're going to catch one, so they get a maNkz, but you sneak back in, and there's 2 players wiped off. Insta response from M80. They were positioned to take mid, so the peek from the window is easy. And the site is gone. Best case scenario for WolfY is they let him get his hands on this AK. Oh, which they could do.
I mean, Swisher's kind of guarding it, so.
He is indeed. The drop down. They slipped off. He can't land the shot, though. Swisher will let his old teammate know.
Alrighty. Well, 8-3. It was just pistols, so not exactly a shocker. Cryptic does manage to get one, but after that, it was just M80 shutting them down. What a peek from malbs, and just gets the easy 2K.
I will say, silver lining, painting a path back into this for Boss. This is Anubis, man. It is one of the most T-sided maps.
Yes.
It is.
And
oh, go ahead, John.
no, even more T-sided because of the peeker's advantage in CS2.
Sure.
Like, it was already T-sided in CSGO, but now it's crazy.
That's what you got to be telling yourself if you're a Boss fan. That was just some of how it's played out. Darty gets a pick in this one. 4th round would be massive.
Oh, again, maNkz can peek in through connector. Brett dropped. Fresh is smoking it out. He's been such a terror for Boss Repair. WolfY gets tagged down to 14. malbs also drops Cryptic down to 58 HP. This is so precarious for Boss in terms of health. Cryptic's trying to be aggressive. Yeah.
He's got to do it. He's got to win it. He can't. And now the middle of the map is lost. Now the threat's on for Darty. He knows he has to shift up. He has to go one way or another. And they're dropping the util right on top of him. It's like he's being targeted. Feels like they're picking on him. But they haven't gone for the site just yet. They've been waiting to see if there's another response. Which shows exactly why. Like, duel at an op at canals? Why, thank you. I will.
Oh, Freshy. He's got something under his belt. He's going to get one and a second. maNkz trades him out, but Darty's got a chance at the clutch now in the 1v2.
Yeah. A slim chance. No kid. I don't know if one's down towards cave. That's maybe the only silver lining. Wasn't keeping an eye on it. The first one found, though. Darty now, he's done it with plenty of time. It's a 1v1 duel with maNkz. They weren't able to slip into their first positions. Now it's a duel with death. A duel with destiny. Hags on both, and Darty's done it. No kit required. Okay, give it to the kid. He's kept them alive, and he'll get them a 4th round as we head to the half. Counter-terrorists win. Live into the second half of this play. M80 up 8-4. It could be over here and now. Boss need to dig deep into their bag of tricks. Find a way to start off this half well. Set up for a mid fight.
I like the setup so far. I mean, they're waiting for a push to come through at mid, like you said. And they are going to slowly walk up. M80 on the other side. Yeah, I was going to say they're waiting for this.
It's a trap. This is the design play. This is what they're hoping for. It's coming their way. slaxz has found one. Swisher dealt with, but the bombs dropped through and they don't know.
Oh,
they don't know about slaxz. Actually, they did. He'd already gotten a kill. He just stayed in the angle. That's normally a bait setup, but he just stuck around. So now they've gained A, but it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Unless they can deal with slaxz. WolfY will deal with his replacement. Find a pistol round that was sorely needed. The setup in mid worked for M80, but they could not hold on to the site itself.
Wow, that's crazy. I mean, the fact they came back from that after slaxz gets that wicked 2K. We forgot this. We didn't actually realize, I guess, in the meantime, that 3 frags had come through for boss to even out the numbers. And then they take that site and, of course, control regained of the round. 5-8. So recoverable now for boss. They will have 3 mac-10s. And WolfY and SG in round 2 of the half. Okay. I can't say I've seen that very often, but
you know, Aubers, they need their scopes.
Oh, that nade. Throw another one, guys.
Can't afford a scope, but I need it. Freshy starting to clean them up. Knocking them all down. And yep. Krieg is down, but all good in this round. Krieg recovered. 4 alive. Nice start to the half for boss.
USP versus Krieg, and USP wins. All right, then. 6-8
he had already gotten one.
Yeah,
run.
He got one. Nope.
I'll be a Krieg hater.
Yeah.
Krieg kind of good on CS2, man. Because you can just peek and tap heads.
I don't know. Against pistols, a close range fight? I don't like that.
Oh my god. He's got it again. We'll see what he can do. Where's he going to play with the Kriegerino? It's good for the canal fight in particular, which is where he's taking it early.
Yeah. I mean,
that nade! Alright. Cryptic caught a mortar shell. He's going to burn. Cryptic able to back away before that Molotov spreads. Keeps his health, but M80 are making sure they've got a bulkhead here in cave.
Dirty. Moving into A main. M80 holding close. That's Swisher. Flashbang thrown. That was for Dirty. Molotov as well. I don't think he expects Malls to be this close. Nope, not at all. Already deleted. Reck peeks out towards Canal, but there's the SG. The Krieg shining now, at least for a couple of frags, until it's a 3v2. Got a great spot. He can't get the frags, though, because the mac-10s run him down. 2v2. AUG upgrade for Brett. Bomb planted by Freshy, and maNkz and Malbs are just hustling their way through Connector and onto the site. They've already made
look at the util,
Molotov thrown. Yeah.
Oh, if there was a kit, this would be over. As it is, it still might be. Full 10-second required. They just had such good choke from util. Fresh has revealed that he's coming back too. It's desperation on, but he's got the kill, and Malbs is just sticking it. Malbs is just calling his bluff. The knife can't find it. The defuse right under his nose. Oh, Freshy. He's had his pockets run.
The knife just like a little lower and he hits it. He's swinging right over the top of his head repeatedly. He just had to look down and he would have had him. Oh my goodness. Malbs committing to the defusal into the smoke. A full 10 seconds required. And it pans out very back and forth in that round, but M80 just barely squeaked by. And because they just barely squeaked by, the buy-up will be a little bit messier than they'd probably like, with a couple of guns, the FAMAS and the M9 in particular, not being what they necessarily like, but they still have 3 A1Ss. On the other side, I mean, it's a better buy-up. 3 AKs, a Galil, and the AWP. Darty's already into Canal, peeking into that window at bridge to ensure that his teammates have a clear path, which they do. It's being given to them all the way. maNkz might try to retake this space, but it doesn't seem like he's interested.
maNkz jiggling spot. Down, but it's not a molly.
What?
Oh, maNkz doesn't care. They double swing him, try to chase him down, and he makes them pay the price. It's a steep cost of admission to the A site. maNkz is not allowing any fair skippers.
With the FAMAS? Against
the FAMAS.
AKs?
With the FAMAS, maNkz just untouchable, unstoppable here. He's top of the board again. I believe he top frag Bert. Will finally be checked. He has more than done his duty in this round. Still, A's under pressure. malbs is here. slaxz is rotating in. But the question is slaxz going to be required? They're going to need slaxz. The answer is yes. Nice shot from Brett. That looked like a tenuous fight, a tentative fight. A little bit of a risky, frisky one, but they know the bomb's committed. Brett is just able to give him the slip. 25 seconds, they're going to try and reroute. It's bolt the rotation. Does WolfY hear the rotation? Does he call him back over? He does. Oh, the audio cue, but it's a fake. It's a fake on a fake. It's a hat on a hat. It's a fake on a fake. WolfY's trying to sell this fake now towards B. It's kind of working, but they just killed him. Now they know, or should know, hey, there's nothing else coming. A bomb plant will be allowed. M80 confused as heck as we are over here in the casting booth. Now, what can Brett do? He'll try and force the issue one way. Needed it. Knew he did. You respect the effort. Knew he had to isolate a kill. Can't do it. But at least a bomb plant comes out.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I mean, WolfY getting a frag in that situation is ideal because then he brings it down to a 2v2 and it makes it much more viable for Brett afterwards in a 1v2 situation. But a 1v3 bomb plant, no real information as to where they might be coming from. That's a lot tougher to deal with. And you saw he just couldn't get a frag. We'll have their economy. Bomb plant's nice. But M80 starting to put a stranglehold on Anubis. They've hit double digits first. Tech 9s, 4 techs, a P250. They're, I mean, with the body armor, we've seen some ecos that have gone awry, mostly in M80's favor. Brett's going to flash his team in. They're just full sending it. Good work. slaxz is here. slaxz hits the first one. He's got the support of reck with the rifle. slaxz still alive. Misses the shot. reck supporting. slaxz dead. reck gets another one, but reck with a 3-piece. WolfY is keeping hope alive at the very least, but he's got to take down 2 and gain control of this site along with regaining control of the bomb. It's not going to happen. malbs drops him 11-6 for M80.
Just a round of applause for reck on that spray transfer.
Yeah.
The spray control. Yeah, maybe the targets were somewhat lined up, but not a bullet winner. That was beautiful out from reck. Oh. Filthy. There was a moment there. There's a moment for M80, but now it's all committed into this round. They've got such a long road to it. If they give up here, it's map point, series point, championship point for M80. And it would be 6 in a row required. They got to do it now. The mortar strike nade hits again. Cryptic coming up worse for the wear. They wanted this fast control in towards the canal, and that nade is just designed to punish it. Gonna face? Way. Well, good luck. slaxz is on the other end. Brett's down for the count. This could be his last opportunity. Freshie will catch the timing.
That's something.
That is something. malbs has to slip into A main as a result. Just do it with Darty is huge. Because they're gonna take A. Should have a good idea. There could be a player here. Darty goes back. Blank. He finds the first. malbs can't get anything, and here we go. It is on. This should be a save call.
No, they're going. They have money.
They don't. That's the thing, John. They really don't. slaxz alone now. Now he's out of there. Look at the cash. It's been too expensive in these rounds they've been winning.
I mean, they have... It's above 2K.
1,400 loss.
For 3 players still. I mean, they'll have a half fight and they're back to it again, so... And look, slaxz is going to hang off the op. Oh, almost. Cryptic finally takes him down. That's a 7th round here for Boss. But yeah, look, I mean, yes, are they going to be on an eco here? Yeah. Do they have a 4-round lead? Also, yes. So I don't necessarily mind it because they were putting so much pressure onto Boss that maybe they could try and make it happen. I'm surprised reck goes for the trigger discipline in that situation, especially considering someone could have been tucked in exactly where they were underneath the site. But yeah, if he goes for the frag immediately, maybe he transfers and makes it interesting. But I can't really hold it against him because he's done so well in this series. By the way, you said that maNkz was top frag in the previous one, Mike. It was actually reck top frag, right, with those 22. And maNkz was right behind him, though, at 16. So he still had a good performance.
There you go. Full USPs in this one. Not upgrading the pistols at all Somewhat surprising since we did see them convert a deagle round. But M80 wants to make sure they've got the maximum capital going into the next rifle round.
That's fine.
They're just pulling a little bit of a gamble stack here. Numbers on spot, but Boss have picked the right site. And there's no one here on B. So bomb plant through. And Boss will close this gap to just 3 rounds. Keep anything up here at the tail end. The round's already decided. Need to keep the bodies healthy. Can't give guns away.
I don't think that.
Should be a firing range. Indeed, it is.
I mean, there was one frag there, but they were lined up and waiting at every single angle, so there was no chance at recovering it and getting away without finding more kills. 11-8, though. Boss cutting the lead to 3. That said, M80 only need to save for 1 round. They're right back to it with the AWP and likely mostly A4s and A1Ss. I think there's a FAMAS that might be required, but shouldn't be that much of a problem considering how well maNkz used it last time. This time it will be Swisher on FAMAS. A lot of early presence towards B main. Boss did this, I think, last round as well. Great effect. Oh, opening frag in a second, and Canal. This is really bad for M80. Reck is alone, and he can't do anything. Doherty cleans his clock. maNkz and malbs last 2 in a 5v3, 5v2, excuse me. Now is the time. Yes, I agree. Save. Get those guns the heck out of here. And allow the op to escape. Cuts him off. malbs. Oh, that's beautiful. malbs has to save now.
Perfectly called, perfectly executed. Now you're in big trouble if you're M80. You still got the lead, but it's shrinking before your very eyes. Boss starting to find some confidence. They were getting blown out of this series. Now they're starting to find their footing here on Anubis. We talked about the potency of this T side. You can risk the hunt. You can chase. You're no longer just at risk of constant reset. While malbs is a very tough customer. He's besieged the onslaught, merciless, and indeed they will eventually overwhelm. All excitement there from Cryptic. The energy starting to flow once more. And now another eco out from M80. Boss taken. That's by Boss as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously just trying to keep things cool, under control, and using their timeouts to calm the nerves. Got a 9th round. They're only down by 2 now. It's trending in their direction. But remember, last time we were here on Anubis, it was actually an 11-9 lead for Boss, and they let it slip away, and then maybe 80 won it. Now it's the shoes on the other foot. Maybe they're hoping they can repeat the success that M80 found against them. This is the opening. This is the chance. Just pistols, 4 M80, 4 USPs, and a 5.7. Only $500 invested into this round for M80. I doubt we'll see more. Oh, I take that back. Swisher's going to go for the deagle. Maybe they're saying, you know what, guys? The loss bonus is adding up. We got 2,900 coming in next round. Let's at least buy some pistols.
Spin that dig, Swish. Spin that dig.
Yeah, the rare animations in CS2 pop up a lot more, which is great. They're not even rare anymore. It's just common. And that one's a beauty.
Partial to the bomb spin myself.
Yeah, I like the bomb spin.
Let's see what we got. Curious for what Boss discussed in this one. Bet on MP5, looking to make some money. Interesting decision there. All right. Reck said, what did they say? F me for? Come on. Just targeted right off the rip. Caught that nade. Although I'm sure Cryptic's laughing on the other side because he's been dealing with that all map long. First casualty found. The MP5 strikes for more. For 2. Okay. Buy justified. It's just 2 USBs on the other side. Well, no, a dig for slaxz. An upgrade available. Let's see if he can find any damage with it. Spawn, Malb spotted around the cake. Not quite as hidden as he was hoping. How does he get a kill out of that? How on earth does he actually get a kill out of that? Doesn't matter in the long run. Not really going to make a difference. Does boss take the round?
Alrighty. 10 to 11. Both teams into double digits. Boss. This is their chance to tie it up. And if they win this round, yes, you have the full loss bonus for M80, but it feels like a 12th would be almost inevitable, which
but John,
I want to see. I mean, but like, yeah.
This is where their demons have reared their head against M80.
Yeah, I know. I was
putting
just
maps
say
away.
That.
Let's see if they can do it this time. They've had so many opportunities.
What a
will
shot!
find the first. He's getting aggressive with it. He's not allowing them a chance to reset, but WolfY set to burn. Fortunate to get away. Able to escape. Swisher, though, he's being pressured here from the E-box. Cryptic's overlooked it. Oh, Cryptic gets away with it. Should have been dead to rights.
He won't expect
maNkz
the
will still have him. maNkz will still have him. Hold on to this all-important position, and it's chaos. It's pandemonium. Boss weren't even ready for a B take. They just started to smell blood in the water. They pounced. Look, an even exchange here. This is good for the T side. This is good for Boss when all is said and done. Now the trick is, can they capitalize?
Boss biding their time. 58 seconds left on the clock. They're just holding for pushes.
This is more reminiscent of what we were seeing M80 do in the first half, right? Usually they did it an advantage, but it's still fine in this situation. You let M80 panic a little bit. You let them dump some nades. Put a smoke down. Reroute. Split up. Spread out. Let them stew. maNkz retrieves some extra utility. That's potentially a difference maker. And actually, he's going to abandon the site. They're gambling. They're gambling wrong. Boss are creeping forward. WolfY starting to zone out space. Freshie back in towards E-box. 15 seconds. Time is the issue. If the molly goes down, that could be a problem. But maNkz, he doesn't have the lead. He doesn't have the commit. And the molly, he didn't have the angle for it. Tagged even as he escapes.
Are they saving?
They're saving. They don't want anything to do with this. They don't want him out to retake. They know they're running out of rounds. This is bold. If all three guns can live, and there's no reason to think Boss are gonna hunt, it could be huge.
Yeah, no. Our Boss could hunt, absolutely, with the amount of money they have, but
the issue is they don't know that it's not a retake, right? So by the time they realize, oh, they're not coming, they're too far out of position to hunt. They're just happy to take the round in what was looking like a frisky one.
This is crazy.
We're going the distance here, John. We're going all the way.
Full 24 rounds going to be played here. The question is, do we get overtime or do we have a winner? In regulation, M80, because of the 3-man save, will be comfortable to go for the rebuy. This is crazy, honestly. Swisher flicked around first, and then Cryptic was able to react, and the shots weren't great from Swisher. I think both players were somewhat surprised that that was going on in that situation, so it's just Cryptic who reacted a little bit faster. slaxz, he's got the op again. M80, wary of the quick V push coming through, are going to dedicate a lot of utility to stopping that. And it does work. Boss fall off of that position. They are leading into the mid area now. WolfY was boosted up momentarily just for information. They don't see anything. That clears the path for Freshie to move up. Maybe a fight on his hands. maNkz has fallen back in towards the B site. Yeah, so Freshie is clear for now, but still, he can't feel too safe.
Here comes the approach. Brett knocking down the door. maNkz, though, holding strong for two. Sets it up in an even situation. Are they going to go for the retake this time? They're fast on the flank. The bomb's not planted yet. slaxz is holding on towards heaven. Oh, they're going to risk it, but WolfY's found the first, and reck is smoked out of there. Boss, they've taken it right to the precipice.
They've got it.
Of finding a third, and M80 are backing away. They'll keep these guns to fight for the last. Boss, one step away from closing out Anubis, from giving us the series.
What a recovery from them. Down 11-6. Heroics required. And that is what they got from Freshie, and WolfY awoke here with the AWP. A lot of big fights won from him. 22 frags on the board. Boss, like we said, 1 round away from sending us to map number 3. Again, this would only be the 2nd map that M80 have lost in both the regular season and the playoffs. If Boss are going to take this, and Boss would have been the team to hand them both those losses, which is impressive in and of itself, because not a single other team in Challenger League could take a map off of M80 this season.
Just fitting for our 2nd Pro League representative.
Yeah.
We want to see a series here in the grand final, and Boss look poised to give it to us, but they gotta do it here. They have to put M80 away. There'll be some limitations for M80, but because of the saves, they'll have a pretty dang good buy. Lots of utility. Lots of armor. Mob's figuring out math. I think he's already been dropped a gun, so eventually he'll be fine. But they're taking their time out to figure this out, to puzzle through exactly what they want to do. How do they get activated? How do they rebuff this? They've been pressured on all sites. Hasn't been as much of the mid fighting as M80 were fond of on their own T side. But the sites themselves have been under pressure, under threat. E-Box has been the focus. And M80 have struggled to hang on to it. malbs will sacrifice, going towards the farmhouse to get the utility up, so they've got a lot of nades. But what can they show for it? Do or die here. The boss can put this away. Can send us through to overpass.
Lest we forget that Overpass was a map that Boss almost took M80 down by a scoreline of 13-4. Of course, M80 came back, but we'll see if we get there. What a shot from Reck. Reck just walked out. I mean, I think a flashbang was thrown for him. It doesn't work. Cryptic makes a lot of noise in E-Box.
They're full committing. Look, it's been working. They're going to do it. Reck 1 HP, clinging on.
Nope, miss smoke, miss smoke.
No, the nerves
That's
getting
terrible.
to them in the big moment. The shot misses, and there's the body starting to drop. Oh, it's all falling apart. It's coming apart at the seams. The moment is getting to them, and it might just be over. Freshie. 1 man against the world, trying to close this in regulation, trying to avoid overtime. And it can't happen. Swisher comes up big, and we're going for more rounds here, John. Panic, pandemonium, a player slipping through smoke, a missed nade. I mean, it all falls apart.
Jeez, I mean, what a horrible time for that to happen. And it bounced in the worst possible direction. You can't guys off your own vision. You're basically giving the CTs a smoke as it comes back into E-Box. Oh my goodness. It's looking great too. Even without the smoke, I think it would have been better if we just didn't throw it. Just go out and try to get those frags. Anyway, 12-12. We're in overtime. M80. Familiar territory for them up against Boss. It was on Overpass last time, where they were able to close it out. This time, Anubis. slaxz. No, doesn't work. Boost up red by WolfY. V4.
They're realizing they messed up in the last, but they can recover. Plenty of time for it. Oh, and look at this. Isolated player on A. maNkz started to float away, but he's going to realize the error because they've spotted B main. There's nothing here. So now the flank will develop. They sent reck out on a mission, but it means that for the moment, malbs is alone. Nade pop. Oh, they're punished for it. Bomb confirmation. Now that'll suck teammates in towards this defense. malbs, what can he find for? Oh, what a great effort out from malbs. But the bomb will be down. This flank is a little too slow to develop from reck. He was hoping to be forced to rotate back, and instead now, it's all about the retake. And Cryptic's got the right idea. He's got eyes on. He's got eyes waiting for it. But maNkz, he's going to knock down the door, kick it in from heaven. And here we go on the approach. Reck and Cryptic is the next huge battle. WolfY could just be smoked off. Could just be isolated. He has to make a play through this now. Speaking of plays through it, Cryptic now alone. They know where he is. The bomb kind of planted for him, kind of not. The trade is there, and time enough for the defuse. M80 will strike first in overtime.
Wow, so close yet so far for Cryptic. He gets the third, but then can't win the fight against maNkz, who's just a little too quick on the trigger. And he finds his 18th in the map and gets that defusal. I mean, it was the right spot to play. If he doesn't lose his teammate in WolfY, I think this round goes their way, but WolfY fell at the exact time that he found that frag. All right, M80. Right back to it with the AK upgrade from that previous round, and the M4s and the op around it. On boss's side, of course, for an OT, so they're still going to have the full 4 AKs and the AWP. Already waiting for a push to potentially come through A main. maNkz peeks around, but he's got a smoke guising his push. Just wants to see if anyone decided to push up here. Double nades thrown, but maNkz is not going to be in a bad position there. He avoids that mortar toss.
Returns a little bit.
Yeah.
Shows some presence here, able to back away. The first skirmish gains Freshie the space.
It's a good setup.
Setup here. Freshie crosses. He's tagged. Lucky to be alive. That one went through the door. Now maNkz will clear back into the ground. Freshie's not prepared for him to come around. And indeed, the kill does come in, and now they know they're under threat. This canal presence, they're panicking, right? They need to get in towards E-Box. They can't stick around. The window is too big of a threat. So I say that, the WolfY's actually wearing out his welcome. I'm surprised. Trusting that they're not going to go through. Spray, decent, but not kills. slaxz, though, he gets the B main player, but no more. Cryptic, what a time to come alive. The health means this retake's going to be very viable, but actually with the flashbang, I'm not sure they've got this team confirmed. Still the creep from CT. First one spotted, slipping out to the pillar, able to get away. Do they check Darty here in Temple? It has to be known. He's sitting in the smoke. They've overlooked him. Do they figure it out in time? Now the smoke fades. Darty's got it. And WolfY as well. We're tied up once more.
I mean, Cryptic had one of his worst maps in regulation here in the playoffs, but overtime, different story. When the pressure's on, well, it seems like he's answering the call. A great multi-kill round coming through from him. Even though he goes down in that retake, I'm surprised he lives as he's crouching around going to pillar. That was insane in and of itself, but Darty hiding in the smoke, completely overlooked, comes out. WolfY hits his shot, which he has been throughout the map. And we're all tied up again, 13-13. Who will take that edge going into the second half of this first overtime? This is the question. Darty stares down at a Molotov. He's lurking around. Actually, no, not too bad. Behind him. maNkz. Oh, tried to push out WolfY. Just the timing shot. That's just timing.
Starting to get the better of him here towards mid. Put the pressure on. Apply it. Critical bomb. Molotov making life uncomfortable, but it's going to be pressure in. Mario, mobbed. He's got to step up again, and this time he's blinded. And they are run down. The advantage looking like it's bosses for the taking. Swisher and Reck will try and make some magic happen, but this one, it's desperation on. Molly's a little shallow. Reck gets the first. This allows them to at least consider the possibility. Gonna take some heroics. Reck, not quite able to find it. Tons of damage, but it is still a lead for Boss as we swap sides.
Whew. Wow, what a round. That shot to some clairvoyance there from WolfY. I don't know, but he just had perfect timing, holding that angle with the AWP. Just gets a lucky frag that really toppled all the dominoes afterwards, it seemed. So, Boss take a lead here into the second half. Can they close it out in overtime? M80. I mean, they've just had so much difficulty dealing with them throughout the playoffs, throughout the regular season, whenever they've matched up against them. This is the time to finally find a way to win.
Look at WolfY getting very frisky here towards mid. Not going to be checked. It's going to be Brett under pressure instead. This was M80's forte, right? The default. Find a pick somewhere on the map and settle in the default. I haven't gotten the pick. That's the problem. Find some pressure. You can still see what it's pulling out of boss. 3 players are here on A. They haven't really seen anything either. Oh, they're retaking A main. This is big. This is big. Reck gets 1 out of it. Honestly, fine, considering the result. The whole idea is they set up that smoke. They set up the Molotov. The play is in to clear out A. So 1 for 1 in that position. Not the worst thing that could have happened. But it is going to slow up M80. Removes one of these prongs from the assault. Puts down in their mind that a fast flank could be on that smoke fade. With 40 seconds to go, M80 need to figure out what they want to do. And the answer is, they're going to take A.
Not much time left on the clock for them here, but it is the right decision, I would say, with only Darty waiting. The thing is, they have to ratchet up the pace. Now WolfY's there as well with the AWD. Splash has come through. Good Molotov toss. Great flash as well. Swisher gets the frag on Darty. Only WolfY left. Lots of damage done, but with the off up, it doesn't really matter. Swisher going to clean the clock of WolfY. 4v2 in favor of M80 with only Freshie and Brett standing, and I think they're going to save.
They're backing away. Well, maybe. They're wary of a mid lurk. Seems like they are going to risk it. They are going to force the issue.
Money's still not, it's not what it was in overtime anymore.
No, still 12.5. It should be all right. Okay, through they go, and to their death. Swisher having a phenomenal round here in round 28. Double entry onto the site. He was the guy. They were in a Molotov. Shots could not be missed, and Swisher steps up.
Yeah, sorry, I was thinking the Premier 10K.
No, yeah, we have 12.5 here.
Oh, boy.
No Volvo
anyway,
rules.
14 all. Tied up here. M80 managing to pull one back. Great little execute onto the site. I mean, the util usage was absolutely phenomenal, and it overloaded both Darty and WolfY, and the retake, it couldn't come through afterwards. WolfY charging out aggressively. He wants to get this first shot fired up against Reck. A flashbang thrown, which does push him back, and Reck is aware of the possibility, using the Molotov as well to ensure that if he should choose to go up there, he can. And his teammates are leaning in this direction now, knowing that WolfY has at least ensured them a little bit of a pocket towards A main.
Flashbang.
Oh, that is a good flash.
Good
wow.
play from Darty the second as well. Oh, and he's just taking it further. Confirming presence, putting damage onto slaxz. This A defense is holding strong, and we haven't even seen the remainder. We've just seen Darty. It's just been Darty. What a round to come alive.
Whoa.
What a round to make a play. So hold on to A main to let some time whittle off the clock. There's no information for boss anywhere else, so you can see they're starting to float back in towards mid. They're getting a little wary. Which way could M80 be going? They don't have any information B main. They don't even have any information E box. Like, this is very passive out for boss. But it's going to be the A look the whole time. They're all right for it. Round boost around. First kill found, the second as well. Rounds back on. Long down slaxz. Putting the advantage in their favor. That's the problem with having no information. You just don't know when the hit's coming. Boss were so wary of giving up the advantage that they may have just lost the round. Pusher painted into a corner, eventually found, but there's 2 more to take. malbs has to be the guy. slaxz is so low, and malbs knows it. Freshie's right above him. malbs will find that blinded up, able to reposition, able to remaneuver, and he slips away.
That could be enough.
Time is short. Time is short. malbs just around the corner, but not enough. Time enough for this defuse. If he can find the bomb, Freshie has done it. He has saved them once again.
That is absolutely wild. Freshie, the 2K, comes out with the heroics. Yeah, it looked like that round was over for boss, and that M80 had pulled one out from under them, but Freshie pushes towards malbs, finishes him off with just enough time to get that defusal, and now this is a tactical timeout of boss saying, guys, let's settle down. That was crazy. We thought we lost it, but we have a 15th round. Now is the time where we want to close this out. We don't want another overtime. Do not give M80 another chance to come back into this one. You have to win it here and now. Whew.
Let's see. Let's see what's going to happen. That one looked like it had gotten out of control after being a 5v3. Or Freshy delivers it to them. He stepped up in a big way this map. WolfY as well. After a tough start. Not always having the best performances on Anubis, but here, today, difference maker. Brett facing, Brett fighting. The Molotov saves him.
It's util into canal.
Feels like a concert.
Yeah. Still.
I want to get aggressive on it. maNkz is low. Ooh. Interesting exchange, but it's Darty who's alone this time.
Yeah, this is tough.
No aggressive A main setup. They're going to pressure on towards the site. That's the choke point util. Now he knows it's coming his way. He's going to force forward. Timely smoke. They pop it, and they're in his face. And reck's got the kill. Now look at this. There's no quick rotation. It's going to take them so long to get ready for this retake. And M80 with the advantage, with everything working in their favor, and slaxz watching the flank.
Oh my goodness, this is such a good post plant. And boss, like you said, take a while to get here. slaxz hits the shot on Brett through the wall to boot. 5v3. WolfY needs something, anything with the AWP. Freshy manages to get mauled. Cryptic finds slaxz. Hold on. WolfY? No. Down. 3v1. Cryptic the last chance. And no, it's not going to happen. Boss can't close out M80 again. And we go to double overtime.
We go again. The biggest bug, issue, nagging doubt for Boss is putting away these maps against a team like M80. They just can't do it. And we know M80. They'll just keep swinging. They're tenacious. You give them the chance, they will just keep plugging away. And how long can the resolve hold for Boss? How long can the mental hold out when you've had map points, when you've had chances to close, when you've had chances to move on to overpass?
I feel like the longer you go into regulation, the higher the percentage. The longer you go into overtime, the higher percentage chance that M80 is going to win.
Feels that way. They're not the ones with everything to lose. They know they've got 2 more maps to play. If this one doesn't work out,
pressure's not on their shoulders.
Not right now. But they surely would like to. Oh, it's going to be a face against the AWP. That shot doesn't land. Now they know WolfY. He's under pressure. Molotov at his feet. He's just got to get out of there. Darty with him. Counter util will come out, but they're just going to go through it. Ooh, Darty burning. So low. They're holding on for the moment, but how long can this last? WolfY painted into the corner. Darty eliminated, and the bodies are starting to drop. Thick and fast. The bomb down. Now just Freshy and Reck trying desperation. And it's all on Freshy, and he's delivered them rounds before. But this one will be the toughest yet, and he won't even get out of the smoke.
That is just a terrifying volley of utility coming through from M80. Just everything thrown into the face of Boss. Smokes, mollies, flashbangs, all on point as well. What do you do? It just feels like for Darty in particular, I mean, before he'd even fired a shot in M80's direction or seen anyone, he was down to 15 HP and stuck in a smoke. So, I mean, what can he possibly do? WolfY's there to support as well, but, I mean, he missed a shot earlier on, and, well, M80 making it look quite easy and perhaps even terrifying on their execute towards B. Darty wants to go aggressive this time. He doesn't want that to happen again. And instead, no, he has a peek and falls off. WolfY there supporting. Smoke to get tossed. reck's past it, but he doesn't continue. Yep.
That was nearly really bad, right?
Yep.
Players were turned away. Players were looking away, thinking that the utility was already up, and reck nearly caught them. But for the moment, they'll have to withdraw. Seems like B main might be the approach. Swisher's position indicates this to me. They haven't been as committed to the heavy B main approach. They did it a lot in regulation, right? Pressured this site, but here in overtime, it's been more about A. They found the chances. They found the opportunities. Now look at this. 4 players gonna mass. Just leaving reck on the periphery. That's a double cave set, a double E-box approach. The problem with this is 1 molly in, and you are in trouble. Bit of a fake. It's not pulling anything just yet, but this mid presence can't be there that quick. Here comes the exec. Here comes the play. Here comes the approach. First player spotted. Freshy swings. He's done. All mobs on those entries. No errors made, and a molly to even deny the quick rotate. Darty's dead. No, he's got it. Prepared for this position. Knew that Reck was somewhere lying in wait, and he doesn't get ahead of himself. But boss, they're withdrawing. This they don't fancy.
Have to save this time if they want to keep the op.
The money is running out. And so boss will concede. 17 on for M80. It's getting scary if you're a boss fan. Pressure again building.
Darty's going to get another one here onto malbs. That doesn't mean anything though, because he's going to be there for M80, and that means the op is the most important thing though. They can keep at it. Okay, oh my gosh, WolfY, you have balls of steel going for that repeat after missing the first fight, because he could have just fallen back and then saved the gun safely. Instead, he does get that frag. Doesn't really need to, but he finds it anyway. 17 to 15 in favor of M80. The op stays up, which means he can get a full belt of util. But that's crazy, honestly. A malbs, just that take of E-box. And usually, the setup there is, look, if he faces the first player and gets him, you won't expect the swing. But malbs was waiting for the swing to come through. Great awareness. Cryptic pushed out towards mid. I mean, you got to take this round if you're a boss. Otherwise, you're staring down at 3 rounds in a row required just to push triple AP.
Big round. Big play. Cryptic nearly gets the second, just spamming through the smoke. They could use a little fortune. They could use a little luck. Cryptic might have just delivered it for them. Still, we've seen M80 reverse man down situations before. Plenty of times. This time, seems like we're gonna go back to that B hit. Different look up from the site defenders. Brett and WolfY on spot. It's interesting how much they're shifting positions on some of these. Fresh and Cryptic feel like they're moving around a lot, swapping spots with WolfY, shifting all over. We got a player back obelisk and a player in towards glyph. And here comes the exact first smoke out. On they go. First kill found, but now WolfY's position known. He's burning. He's done. Bomb down. It's a 3-on-3 post plant, and the fate of the map might be in the balance.
Oh, Darty gets the 2K onto Reck and Swisher. slaxz, the last one standing, needs some heroics here to take this round. That flashbang blinds him fully. He hits the no-scope though on Freshy, but Darty's right there for the insta-trade, and that is what they needed. Darty, the 3K, and a 16th found as we head into the second half of this second overtime. Whew.
Something to build on here for boss. I mean, for a moment there in the 3-on-3 in the post plant, it looked like it might be slipping away once again, but Darty, it's been a different player every time. It feels like Freshy, WolfY, Darty step into the forefront, having the big moments. Let's not forget, it was Cryptic with the frag in mid that started that all off. M80 though, they have the lead, and now we swap sides. Here in overtime, all the rules of expectation get thrown out the window. Fast play once more. It's interesting to me that M80 went away from that T-stairs nade that they were throwing. It was causing so many problems for boss early on. They shifted off of it. Saving their nades for the late round. Flash is a little early if they wanted to bait a response. There's 3 players here in A main now. Nade sailing over in towards mid. Maybe a little bit of a fake. malbs just holding the Molotov. Oh, and now he's spotted. He was too late with it. Gonna drop the smoke, provided some cover. slaxz back into the angle, but the shot's not landing. slaxz keeps the numbers in wax. This should allow the retake to happen, but he's forced out. He'll have to concede the bomb plant. But on the flank, on the periphery, Swisher finds one. Freshy is gone. Now they'll reroute. Are they trying to leave? The bomb's fighting forward. This is ambitious. No, just wanted an extra kill, just wanted extra damage, but now the numbers will be punched in. But it allowed the time for Swisher to get back into the angle, and there's the next casualty. Starting to be a big problem here. Brett faltering, traded out. It's all on WolfY's shoulders. The man who was on M80 Not a month ago. Now he could take revenge on his old team, but pressure is on. The smoke is there. He has to go through it. He's not got another option. And they've defused the bomb right under. He never took the swing, John. He never took his shot.
You gotta try at least. It's kind of disappointing to see, but M80 got the 18th round, and now they have 2 series points available to them. I mean, this was a very tightly contested map from beginning, I want to say beginning to end, pretty much. I mean, there was a moment where Boss felt like they were out of it, but they fought back into this map and actually had a map point, excuse me, at one point, 12 to 11. But, I mean, they got one in overtime, they couldn't close it out then, and now M80 on their way to a championship here in ECL Season 46. 2 in a row to send us to triple OT required from Boss. That was a man advantage at 1.2 for Boss, right?
It was. It was indeed. Well, not in this round. WolfY! Whoa! Didn't realize there were players so close at hand. He was being a little bold about that space taking. malbs gonna get one before he's traded. slaxz now lost as well. Advantage on for Boss. Can't follow
Reck's
this
position.
one. Oh, he might be through. WolfY has the right idea, but not the shot. Oh, the second player. That looked like a haircut given out, but Brett ducks just in time. Cryptic not so fortunate. Brett, the 1v2, the last man, his position known, and the trade is perfect. That's going to be the game. That's going to be the map. That's going to be the series, the season, the championship claimed by M80. They did it here. They battled out. Double overtime required, but they never said quit. They were never out of the fight. And Boss, once again, could not put M80 away.
That's the strength of M80, honestly. It's a team that's very hard to put away, even when you have those big advantages.